So today we are playing with these 110 watt flexible solar panels, and I bought these kickstands for them. I just found these the other day on eBay, and you get two of these kickstands. They fold up nice for transportation, and get two of these for 13 bucks. So it goes like that, so you can see the angle on that. And then it's like this. And there's a Allen head on both sides, on this side and that side. And you can go down to pretty much flat all the way up to, I would say, maybe a 60-degree angle or something. But there's quite a difference in angle on there. And we have that. Oops. See if I can tighten that again. See if I can tighten that and go put that back. I'll show you how they work. Now, these are only going to work on the flexible, and they would work on a portable solar panel as long as you can see that's not a very big, it's like an inch deep, but it's probably only maybe a quarter to a half inch. So the way these work is the panel just sets right on there, centered in there. And I have all these on there, so I bought 10 of those. I bought 5 sets. They were $12.99, 13 bucks a set. So, 5 times 13. And I was really surprised because I bought the first set and they gave me a charge controller, a little 10 amp charge controller with that, which I thought was a pretty good deal. Don't know what I'd use it on, but use it on something. But I think it's a 12 or 18 volt maybe charge controller. And then when I bought the other 4 sets, they sent me cable. I'll show that in a minute. But right now we have these 5 of these have blistering where they're burning on them. I just had a temperature gun on here, and these are about 160 degrees, and the sun's around 11:30, and it's probably going to be 107 today, so we're probably about 104, 105 right now. And I had these out a couple months ago. I bought them back in like February, March, and I only used them for 5 days, and they started blistering on me. Those 5 out of the 10 blistered on me, but they're still giving me the same output, whether they're blistered or not. So the blistering is lifting off, and it says at this point, it doesn't seem like it's affecting the circuitry, but it's melting the solar panel behind. So I would not trust this. If that melts that plastic enough and 2 of those bus bars touch together in that, then it's going to short out and cause a fire. So I bought a warranty on these, 3-year extended warranty. So I'm going to have to use that warranty because these are not something I could mount like on top of my RV or anything. I couldn't take the chance that they would catch on fire. And just today, while I had these out here, this area was already there, but this, that, and that all did today on the blistering. So that's pretty bad for that. I mean, these were like 48 to 50 bucks a piece with like 6 something for a 3-year warranty on them. So it came out with tax and everything. Tax, warranty, and the panel is like 58 bucks a panel. So still, they shouldn't be blistering like that. So those will be going back. I'm just waiting to see how much longer it's going to take for the blister to get worse or for the rest of them to start blistering. Because it was like, I had those out for maybe a week, and it was like 105, 110 degrees So we'll see. But we checked those out before we put them on there with the watt meter individually. And all of them were pretty close on the tolerance of the voltage, amps, and watts. And we were getting right around 60, 65, 68 watts earlier, but like an hour ago. And then when we put 5 in series and the other 5 in series, we checked them and we were getting like 90 to 92 volts. But when we run the wire and go into the inverter's saying like 70 to 74 volts on the PV, and I can only go up to 145. So if I had all of those in series, or even with those five in series and paralleling together, at 74, that's going to exceed and go up to 148 when it's 145 is the max on the MPP inverter I have. So that would go past that. So I couldn't do that all in series looking at that voltage, because at some point it would, the Pmax would go above 145. So putting it in parallel, it's like 70 to 74 watts coming in all together on the 110 watt solar panels. So we going inside looking at the inverter, we have I think it was around 31 amps that was coming in to charge our battery. And here it is. Now we're at 29 amps right now, 30 amps, 73, 74 volts, and 804. We were up to 838 watts is the highest we've seen out of 1100 watts. So 30 amps is not bad, but the fact that those are blistering like that, I can't trust those. And it's melting the plastic in the back. It melted the plastic to the point where it was like 1/8 of an inch higher off that plastic. Now, when I bought the first one, they sent me this solar charge controller. They didn't say anything about it. It just showed up with this solar charge controller in it. If I can get it open. And man, is that thing packed in there. Just a little charge controller. I think I actually have this one in my motorhome, because my motorhome, the one that came with it, crapped out. So it's got USB on it, 2 USB ports on that. And you got your solar panels over here, your battery here, and then your output voltage right here. So this, does it say LCD, LED display, PWM battery charger, all necessary protection equipped, adjustable controlling parameters on there. So let's see. I mean, I wasn't expecting to get it, so not sure if I'll ever use it, but it does give you a bunch of specs on this. There's my cheaters. Let's see. See if we can tell. It is a 12 or 24 volt. Let's see. This is the 2008 accredited. So this is a 1224 volt 20 amp. So so the first one I got was a 10 amp by itself, and then when I ordered 2 sets together, they sent me 2 20 amps. So just to let you know. And down here, so the looks like it's 12 or 24 volts, on either one. So it'd probably be self-sensing, or you would have to program it. The max solar input is 50 volts. Equalization is 14.4 volts, 14.2 on gel, and flooded is 14.6. Float is 13.7. Discharge stop is 10.7. Discharge reconnect 12.6. It looks like USB output is 5 volt, 3 amp. And I'm trying to see if it shows how many watts you can use on this. I'm not seeing it. Maybe you're seeing it, but I'm not. So I can't see how many watts it's actually saying. It's just saying it's 50 volts for the solar input. So I don't know. That's in Chinese, but PWM. Yeah, at first glance, I'm just not seeing anywhere in here where it says anything about the solar panel input. But anyways, they give you, let's see, is there anything on here? 20 amp, 1224, rated charge controller, 20 amps, USB 5. Once again, it's not saying on here what your max solar is. And then when so they gave me that by itself. That's all I got with the first pack of 2. They come in 2 for $12.99. And then on the second one, they gave me 2 packs of these, 2 into 1, where you can parallel. So I got a pack for each 2 of the packs where you get 2 for $12.99. So I bought 2 of those. I bought 4 altogether. So they gave me 2 of these. And then they gave me this wire, which is an extension wire to run to my charge controller. So they have the wires cut where I would go from my solar panel into cut that and strip the wire and put that into my charge controller. And then they gave me this to connect from the battery, so I can connect to a 12 or 24 volt battery with this end. And once again, I strip the end off on this side and connect to the battery. So that was a bonus. So they gave me 2 sets, this set and this set. It came coiled up like this. So yeah, they gave me a little bonus, and I only paid $12.99 for each 4 sets. So, you know, it's basically $52 plus tax. And they gave me this bonus stuff that wasn't even in the listing. So I'll try and put the link in it if you're interested in running something this small with this type of a charge controller. I don't know. I haven't charged this out. I have one that looks almost exactly like this in my motorhome, that I have a 50 watt solar panel that came with the motorhome mounted on top of one of the vents. They had used the caulk, it kind of self-settling caulk, and they put that around it, and then they ran that down, and the charge controller they had with the system mounted on the wall crapped out. So I used one of these for about 3 years now, and it's working great. So, but it's right now we're charging 30 amps into this battery from those 68 70 volts and 812 817 watts. So we're charging that, and we're at 26.8 volts on our battery right now. So that's respectable off of those solar panels. I just wish they didn't blister. And these are 2 watt cycle Smart Mini, 12.8 volt, 280 amp hour, 3584 watt hour. And the whole point is to be able to charge these batteries back up with this charge controller so that overnight we can run this EG4 12,000 BTU hybrid direct solar input mini split. So we have 1,200 watts of solar going in the outside condenser unit that's on the other side of this wall. It goes directly in there. There's no need for a charge controller or a battery or anything or an inverter to run this thing during the day directly off the solar panels. I got 12 100 watt great mono solar panels connected in series, and that's running off of that right now. And it's probably about 780, 820 watts that it's using to run that on 65 degrees on high. You can turn it on turbo and go down to 61. But this is a 3-car tandem garage. And this is around 600 square feet. And it does a great job. We are like 75, 76 degrees right now. And this keeps the garage overnight around 76 to 78 degrees. And that car pulls in at 3:40 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday, hot from being sitting out in the sun all day long and then driving it home for 20, 25 minutes. Pulls in, close the garage door. And still, when we go to bed at like 6:30, the garage is around 78 degrees, and then it's 76 to 78 overnight. So it does a great job running off the solar only during the day, and then off of these 2 batteries in series for 24 volt system. And I have like anywhere from 40 to 50% state of charge left over at the end of the morning at like 6:30 in the morning. So it's actually doing a really good job. So I put that on dry mode at 86 degrees overnight, and it keeps it at 76 to 78 degrees in here on dry mode, using around 280 to 320 watts per hour. And then during the day, since I can get the solar and just run off of solar from right around 8:30 to about 5:30, I can run just on solar. I'll run that on max. I will put it on the 61 degrees usually and on turbo, and it does a great job during the day keeping this cooled down. So I'm always 78 degrees or less in this garage, and that's on that separate system altogether. Just this little system over here. So, but I just wanted to show you those flexible solar panels. The other day we did the Anchor solar panels along with those. And these are 400 watt briefcase solar panels where they fold out. And we were getting 20 amps off of those by themselves, but we were only getting 10 amps off of the portable solar. So we'll have to go back and see if we can put these in parallel with those other ones. I've got a 4-way split. So maybe we can do 400 watt panel in parallel with the other 400 watt, bring that in with the 5 110 watts, those in series, and then the other 5 110 watt, those in series, parallel those and bring all 4 solar arrays together and see if we can get 50 amps, because we're getting 30 amps by itself right now. But the other day when I had it all connected, I was only getting like 30 amps total. So, but I had it up at a much higher angle. It was at an angle like probably like this, and the panels are more of an angle, much shallow angle right now. So I'm wondering if I could get 40, 50 watts where I could have those, all of these panels those 110 watt, and then these 2 Anchor Solar suitcase ones. If I could get 50, if I get 50 amps out of those, I could easily charge this battery bank up because it's 280 amp hour batteries, and I'm say I go down to 50%. That's 140. That's 280 amp hours that I have to recharge. And if I was getting say 40 amps at 280 amp hours, that would take me 7 hours. If I was getting 50, that would take me a little over 4 hours to charge. See, these two batteries have no problem running that mini split overnight, but the problem is having a big enough system to charge them back up during the day while that's running off of just the solar. That's the hard part. So we'll have to take and connect those back up. It's too hot today, but maybe tomorrow we'll take and connect those back up and put those at a better angle to where we can try and get 40 to 50 amps. If we can get 30 out of that and get 20 out of this, that would be 50 amps. That would be really good. That would start charging that up pretty good. If I get that from like 10 to 3, that'd be 5 hours. That'd be 250 amps. We could definitely charge these back up to full again if we were down at 50%. And then, you got you got the time from like 7 o'clock until 10 o'clock, and then from like 3 o'clock until 5 or 6 o'clock. So you're still charging, but you'd probably be charging down around maybe 10 to 20 amps at the most, maybe under 10 amps that first hour and a half, 2 hours, and the last hour and a half, 2 hours before the sun goes down. So, but it's an option. We can take a look at it. I had those, like I said, at a much higher angle, so I wasn't getting that much. I was only getting 30 amps, but that angle has a lot to do with how well these panels are going to work. And right now we're slowing down a little bit. We're going down to, we must have some shade on those solar panels. We'll go take a look real quick. I'd be willing to bet you we're getting shade from the tree on those solar panels. And that's the other problem you'll run into is if you get any shade on the solar panels, that's going to mess with your output from that solar panel. Let's see. It's a little cloudy is what it is. I don't know. We're getting a little bit of shade. There's, I don't know if you can see on there, but if you can see that shade. So this is starting to get shade on it. And we're starting to get cloudy up there a little bit. So that'll affect it. I don't see any more burn marks going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels and 5 nodes. So we'll let that go and see how that does. Now, when this starts getting sun on it over here, and then it goes over here, we're going to drop down. But in another hour and a half, we'll have full sun on these 8 solar panels. We can put them back on here at like 12 or 1 o'clock, and we'll get 50 to 70 amps charging out of these 8 solar panels. So I was trying to see how these would do. I only have so much space out here, but tomorrow I can leave these here overnight, and then tomorrow put the briefcases right here of the Anchor Solar and see if we can get get 50 amps. I don't know what like I said, I have no idea what the system voltage is on that. I don't know. I tried looking for the system voltage on the Anchor Solars on the website where I bought them from, but I couldn't find anything. I even went to the Anchor, and I could not see a system voltage for some reason of what's the max it could go up to. So if anybody knows, if you could let me know in the comment section, that'd be great. But that is pretty much it on these flexible solar panels. We're going to be testing them a little bit more before we send them back for the warranty on them. And I'm expecting that if we use these again for a week, testing them, we're probably going to get blistering on the rest of those things. So I'm not holding my breath that the other ones will stay good. So if you are a manufacturer or a company and you have products like this with the solar panels, inverters, batteries, mini splits, RV air conditioners, any of that stuff, and you would like me to test it for you, you can look in the description, especially the channel description, and there's an email that you can comment and send me an email in there. It's DIYSolarGuy1@gmail.com. You can contact me to collaborate. I love testing all this stuff and seeing what it can do and putting it to the max to see how well it does under heavy load conditions or even normal load conditions. So please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if you have any comments, questions, don't hesitate to ask. I usually answer them very quickly within minutes to hours. Have a truly wonderful and extremely blessed week.